Hi everyone, and welcome to the audio version of the Exploration Weekly Newsletter, this time for the week of December 31st, 2021. I'm Renee Meredith, the COO of Exploration Group, and as always, a shout out to Heidi So and Jules Ramos for all their hard work on our newsletter every single week. And now, the news. Global linked investment entity given approval to buy up 14.99% of iHeart. U.S. media regulator, the Federal Communications Commission, has given the all-clear for an investment entity linked to UK radio giant Global to acquire up to 14.99% of the shares in American radio giant iHeart. iHeart approached the FCC earlier this year regarding Global Media and Entertainment Investments, GMEI. At that point, GMEI had already bought more than 5% of the iHeart company, controlling approximately 6.6% of total equity and 8.7% of voting interests. That needed the FCC's approval because of U.S. rules regarding the ownership of media by foreign entities. It was also known that GMEI was interested in acquiring additional iHeart stock, so approval was sought for both past and future share purchases by the UK-linked investment vehicle. However, there was a disagreement between iHeart and GMEI about the future share purchase. iHeart sought approval for a more modest GMEI total share grab, initially 9.99%, later amended to 14.99%. Taylor Swift has one last go at getting the Shake It Off song theft lawsuit dismissed. Taylor Swift is having one last go at stopping her song theft legal battle over the lyrics of Shake It Off from ending up before a jury, urging the judge hearing the case to rethink his most recent ruling. Songwriters Sean Hall and Nathan Butler accused Swift of ripping off their 2001 song Play Is Gonna Play in her 2014 hit. Hall and Butler first went legal in 2017. However, the following year, Judge Michael Fitzgerald dismissed the lawsuit, concluding that their 2001 lyrics about play is playing and the haters hating were simply too simple to enjoy copyright protection in isolation, which meant Swift had not infringed any copyrights with her very similar lyrics. But the duo took their case to the Ninth Circuit Appeals Court and, in 2019, judges there further questioned whether or not the two key lines of Play Is Gonna Play could be protected by copyright. As a result, the whole matter was sent back to Fitzgerald's court for Take Two. Swift's team have been busy ever since trying to get the whole thing dismissed for a second time, but so far without success. Fitzgerald most recently declined to dismiss the case earlier this month. U.S. and UK vinyl sales crack 30-year highs following record holiday performance. Vinyl sales are continuing to grow in both the U.S. and the UK, according to newly released data from BPI and MRC data, with stateside fans having reportedly purchased 2.11 million vinyl albums during the 7 days ending on December 23rd, the highest weekly total since at least 1991. The BPI further revealed in the UK that domestic fans purchased north of 5 million LPs in the year, marking an 8% improvement from 2020, as well as the format's 14th consecutive year of commercial growth. Amid this vinyl sales growth, the format managed to outsell CDs for 23 weeks in 2021. Since 1991, vinyl sales have surpassed CD sales just 28 times in the States, with the remaining 5 occurrences attributable to 2020. Olivia Rodrigo, BTS top year-end streaming charts. Olivia Rodrigo, BTS, Bad Bunny, Doja Cat, Pooh Shiesty were among the artists topping the major streaming services year-end charts, according to a list distributed last week by the Digital Media Association, of which Amazon, Apple Music, Pandora, Spotify, and YouTube are members. DIMA noted that streaming continued to rise in 2021 and that major hip-hop and reggaeton artists gathered many of the top spots in the year-end lists, benefiting from streaming platforms' ability to drive discovery and the exploding popularity of Latin music. In YouTube, the top music videos in the U.S. included Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty, Save Your Tears by The Weeknd, and Montero by Lil Nas X. Report claims TikTok is now the third largest social network. Research firm Insider Intelligence, formerly eMarketer, has published its latest predictions for TikTok's growth. It claims that the app is now bigger than both Snapchat and Twitter for global users, making it the third largest social network behind Facebook and Instagram. There will be 755 million monthly TikTok users in 2022. This number grew 59.8% in 2020 and will increase an additional 40.8% in 2021, claimed Insider Intelligence. The research firm stated that we define TikTok users as internet users of any age who access their TikTok account via any device at least once per month. That's all for me this week. Thank you all for listening, and don't forget to click subscribe for more content from Exploration. And as always, as we enter the new year, don't forget to be kind to each other.